Hi everybody, welcome to Monkey Island Madness. It's a live Ustream show um, taped on Mondays at 1 Eastern, so get a Ustream account and come on over. I am talking to people in a live chat, so I'm not sitting here just yammering to myself. Hi Judy, hi Christy, and my co-host, who's never on camera, has decided that we're doing Oxides and Magicals again. And if you're not familiar, Tim Holtz has a product called Distress Oxides. And, okay, today is Dee Dee's time to pick colors. Okay, so here's all the first 12 of the Oxide ink pads. I really don't know what I'm doing, so don't. I'll use Dee Dee's line, don't email me, because I don't have a clue what I'm doing. But they are kind of cool. They're pigment and dye inks, and when you add water, it looks like they oxidize, and they are really cool. But I don't know what I'm really doing. And then we're also going to use the Lindy Stamp Gang Magicals. I love these. These truly, truly are magical. You put them down and you have no idea what you're going to get. So I'll show some of the pages we did the other day. Just experiment and playing, and these are a combination of Oxide and Magicals. So you can kind of see how the Oxide, how the colors have gotten really crazy in there. And that's Oxide. And then the speckly parts are the Magicals up on top of it. So hi everybody who's just come in. Oh, Dee Dee is so egging Eileen on in chat. She wants pink. Hi Jade. Anyway, so yeah, these are some that we did the other day. This is again where you see that white background. That's the Oxide inks messing with the Magicals on top. You get some really cool effects. This we put down washi, and I used just a permanent ink pad to go around the washi tape. Here's another one. So I don't know, we're experimenting and playing and just kind of some fun stuff. Don't ask me what I'm going to do with this stuff because I have no clue. But when you think you have something really ugly, like this one was really ugly starting, and then we went back and added some Magicals on top, and now it's really tolerable. But it was really ugly when we started. Some of these were. This one's still pretty ugly. I think this one, if we added brown to, would be cool. So, yeah, we did a bunch of them. That one's really pretty. This one was Jean's, or I attempted to do Jean musical scrappers technique, and she said use a stencil. But the stencil repelled the Magicals, and that's what I ended up with. It's still kind of cool looking. Yeah, I'm probably going to use them for ATCs. Yeah, poor Jean. That one's pretty ugly. But I think, actually, even the ugly ones, like this one I really like. Even the ugly ones, we can recover. I'm not going to play with these today. I'm going to cut them up and use them for ATCs, I think. This one we did some embossing on, and the technique didn't really work well, but when you get it in the right light, it's really cool looking. So, yeah, and we did different kind of papers. This one happens to be watercolor paper. The watercolor paper absorbs the water really quick, so that's why you can get this mottled effect, where on cardstock it tends to blend out more. So it's really cool. Hi, Real Bunny. So, yeah, that was some of the ones we've just been messing with for a while. I have enough to make a lot of ATCs, eh? And then these pages I made, for those of you, I think most of you have been here by now and seen the journal covers that I wove and then turned into like traveler's notebook. This is some more paper that we made one day. And then I wove these and turned them into journal covers and put faux leather in between to give them a little bit of substance. And I want to do more of these because I really like these. I think the size is awesome. I'll tell you the size real quick. Let me see here. It's like 4 inches by 6 3/4. But to me, it's a really nice size. It fits in your purse. You can fit as many inserts as you want. I made a 6-pocket folder to go in there. Yeah, so I want to make some more of these, either for giveaways or whatever. Or maybe just because I'm going to hoard them. So I went ahead, and I think this time I'm going to use a solid cardstock as one of the pieces, and then weave the magical papers into it. So these are just some combinations that I came up with. This one will be all pink. Eileen will hate it. This one is the one she will love, but I already have hers packaged up ready to send. So this is a color combination I'm going to make. Yeah, I need to make Dee Dee one because she's running out, right? We saw some of hers this morning. I think Dee Dee's as bad as I am. I haven't shown all my journals in a while, but I'm beginning to think Dee Dee maybe has the same sickness I have. This is a combination that I'm going to do together. So this one's going to be primarily lilac. Pink, orange, and yellow. This one's going to be really pretty. Yellow and confetti color. That one's going to be pretty. This one will be my absolute favorite, the navy blue. So yeah, those are the color combinations that I'm going to do with. And I don't think Monique's here. Neither of us are as bad as Sarah. Well, CB, thank God for that. Yeah, are you talking about the last one, Carol Renee? The blue? This one? I think this one is, when I get it done, this one will be stunning. Really, it's going to be so pretty. So, yeah. So that's kind of plans in the works. That's going to take a while, but that's all right. I got nothing but time on my hands. Okay, here's Daisy 1412. Now, Daisy I thought was Vicky. Now she's got a bunch of numbers behind her name. Hi, Vicky, if that's you. I'm sure it is. And then the other thing I wanted to do today was I wanted to dye some of this, you know, do some of this on the Tim Holtz tissue paper. And I thought I had 2 kinds of that, but I could only find one of them, so I just yanked off a couple of pieces. So we're going to dye this, and then I'm going to do some paper, and that's kind of the plan, unless you guys come up with some other plan and you want to see what we're doing. And if you want to see how I start the weaving, I'll stop this recording early and I'll do that quickly for you so you can kind of see. So, Eileen, get on your bossy pants and tell me what we're starting with. We have all these different colors of oxide inks to play with. These are the first 12 that were released. I'm not sure if I'm going to order the next 12. I'm going to have to get a whole lot more proficient before I order any more. That's for darn sure. Yeah, well, we've done, remember, Eileen, we did one of the, let me see if I can grab it real quick. I haven't done anything with it, but I do have plans for it. We've done a little bit of the Timmy tissue, but I want to do some more of it. This one I love, the blue and the brown. I just love this one. And then this one we just threw every color at. And then pink. Dee Dee's picking the colors. Dee Dee, tell me what colors you want to. Do you want to start with the Distress or do you want to start with the Magicals? I don't care. You tell me. So those are the Distress colors we've got. The first 12. And then I've got 6 sets of the Magicals. I love these. I love these so much. So I feel like, Dee Dee, I feel like you. I feel like I'm sitting in the dark because I have all the extra lights turned off. I'm going to do a purple, blue. If you guys aren't going to, pink Magicals. All right, there you go. I love when a person will just step right out in front and say what they want. Okay, I'm going to leave the pink oxide out. She wants pink Magicals on mint oxides. All right, you want the mint oxide. Let's see which one we've got. Are you talking about the ice spruce or the peeled paint? Let me see. Yeah, those are the pink and the yellow. Yeah, they're awesome together. So those are the oxides. Need my spray bottle. And okay, and those of you who weren't here the other day, I put swatches on the magical containers because I don't trust their swatches because they're not really. The teal looking oxide, okay. Teal looking. Well, Dee Dee, I don't know. These are the, I'm thinking you're thinking the broken china. Okay, so you want the broken china. And let's get raspberry lemonade out. It looks like a really pretty pink and, oops, the rose colored. I think the rose colored will look really pretty with the broken china. That may be what we end up going with. It's, well, I don't know. I don't call that rose. I call that salmon. So, see, they show it as real light pink on here, but on the paper, it's not that color. I'm sorry. And I'm pretty sure this is the right set. It is. So, I don't know. I don't know about that one. Plumeria pink. Now that one I think is a real nice pink. That's the one we're going to use. That one's this one. And what it is the top half is on gesso and the bottom half is where the paper absorbed it. So that's why it looks, the swatches look like that. I did them on gesso and regular, so I get a better idea of what I'm going to end up with. I'm thinking those two. Is that okay with you, Dee Dee? Are you cool with that? Since you are the color picker in charge? And then the other pink is raspberry lemonade. Let's just check it. Yeah, that's a real dark pink. No, we're going with Plumeria. That's it. All right, we're going to start with the oxides. And the way Tim Holtz did it, maybe I'll do 2 different colors here. Blue, pink, and maybe with a little bit of the fossilized umber. We'll try this. Tim Holtz is real careful about not getting his all mixed up. I don't care. I just do whatever. Spray it with water, and then dab, dab, dab. You are so thorough. I try. Let's see. These are kind of big papers to be working with, but that's okay. What the heck? We don't care. We're going for it. Now, if his oxides don't work with his tissue paper, I'm writing him a letter. That is it. These act like they're repelling it, you guys. It really does. It acts like it's repelling. Can you see that? Like all the blue totally disappeared. I'm going to clean that up and get some more. Well, I'll use one of these little sheets to clean up the mess. One thing, if you don't like messes, do not even attempt this. I'm not crazy about messes, but I do it anyway. All right, I'm going to do just the blue this time, and I'm not going to wet it. Oh, you have Timmy's phone number? Yeah, Eileen, if you could email me that. And I'm not going to wet it this time. I'm just going to, whatever moisture is left on the paper is what I'm going to use. And see if it's still repelling. No, I'm getting a little bit of it, but boy, it's light. It's not coming up dark at all. Get Timmy on the phone, Eileen, and we'll do a conference call. How about that? Hi, Third Terry. All right, I'm going to set that aside. I just use paper as a cleanup just to not waste the product, but I don't really care what the end product is. It's just fodder for another experiment. All right. He's busy right now. He's out developing more products, isn't he? All right, I'm going to dry this. I did get a little bit of blue, and it did absorb a lot of the amber color. But can you see it's real light? So I'm going to go ahead and dry it real quick. Heat gun. Do these colors and magicals? Okay. Well, I'm going to put some more of that teal oxide down and do it on the dry paper rather than the wet paper, because if I remember right, and I did watch the video, but yeah, my memory is pretty crapola, frankly. I'm going to put it on just dry in places, because when he added the water is when the oxide kind of started creeping through, if I remember right. But I'm going to let it creep through with the water that I add to the magicals. So, okay, I'm getting some blue on here now. All right. All right, I'm going to add the pink magicals to this. Get ready for your eyeballs to pop out of your head. And I actually got a little bit prepared today and put out newspapers to set this stuff to dry on, when normally I don't even mess with that. I think of that later. And this is going to be a little bit lighter pink, so this is going to be, yeah, light colors, not knock your eyeball out colors. And if I don't like it, I'll just add another color, because that's what I do. You know what I really wish is that I had a good memory and that I remembered how we did some of this stuff later, because like that piece of tissue paper with the blue and the brown, I don't remember if, I think we put the magicals down on the craft mat and then did like smack and dragon through it. But I don't know. Light red, poor Eileen's ears hearing that. I don't think she hates pink as much as she wants us to believe. All right, there we go. And I think I like about the Magicals is, I mean, you can pick it up and run it, move it, and see how that. Of course, when this dries, it's going to look so different because that's when the oxide starts coming up through the other colors, and you end up with something more like that, you know, where the gray has come through. Didn't I record it? Yeah, I probably did, but do you think I'm going to go back and watch my recordings? Yeah, probably ain't going to happen. And could I replicate it? That's another thing. Could you replicate it if you had to? I don't know. I have some mint green. Yeah, I'm probably not going to go back and watch my recordings. And it looks like we've lost the oxides, but I think when it dries, you guys will be surprised that we didn't lose. I'm adding just a little bit of mint. Okay, I got to show you this because if you're not familiar with the Magicals, okay, this is a real light mint colored green. Let me see if I've got it. I do have the swatch. Yeah, see, these all came out darker. This is the mint colored green. Okay. So, but look at the powder for that mint colored green. It looks olive green with white in it. It's just so weird, these things. Yeah, me too, Julie. I always gravitate back to the same colors. Yeah, I always do too. I am a blue, purple, green kind of person. And I got puddles that I don't particularly care for, but that's okay. We'll let them run. See how now I've made it dark again because the light colors just, they don't necessarily appeal to me that much. I'm going to set this one aside and let it dry for a minute or two and clean up the mess underneath it. Yeah, you get a good mess in no time, Kimberly. I'm going to probably add brown to this one now. Look at all that color. All right, we're going to sop it up with this. See, so that one that we started just messing with, you can turn it into something that's kind of cool looking later. All right, what am I going to do with this? Do I want one a solid color? Why not? Because we never know. We might put a light color on top of it. And this is just cotton fiber paper that I have laying here. I'm just going to use it to sop this up. Probably going to be ugly. But it may not stay ugly its whole life. That's actually kind of pretty. It sure is nice having a place all prepared for things to lay and dry. I'm not used to being prepared like this. All right, I'm going to get one of those ugly ones from here and add some more color to it. Swan paper. Yep, ugly duckling turning into a swan. I'm looking through some of these ugly papers. We're going to either try and turn them pretty or we're going to trash them. That one could handle some color. Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and just add some of this color to this one here and there. Another thing I was going to do, I got the stencils back out because I thought, okay, there's got to be a way that you can use the stencils. So I thought we'd mess with that again too. I think Jean was onto a good idea. I may not have executed it well. I'm going to take the blame. I bet Jean's taking a nap. All right. See that this may turn out just way ugly. It may stay ugly. It's pretty ugly. All right, next we're going to do, what was the next color? We're going to let that other one kind of air dry. So somebody throw out some colors that you want. I really need to play with these oxides more for sure. I'm trying to think. Let's try, well, I have one like that. Let me think. I want to do the other Tim Holtz tissue. Brown, rust, and gold. I don't really have any gold. I have some browns, and I suppose that could be considered rust, but I don't have any gold. No gold. There has to be a way to change your name because I've seen people changing it. I don't have any gold. I mean, I could use like the amber color. I don't have any gold. Let's go ahead and try that. Okay, here's the brown. I'm going to use, I have a dark brown and a light brown. Dark brown, light brown. We'll use the amber. And then, let me see what other colors we've got. Yeah, and the walnut, I had in the Distress Oxides, I have the walnut stain and the vintage photo. These colors could be really, really nice together. So let's start with the oxides. I think I like the vintage photo because that walnut stain can get really dark. So let's start with this. I'm trying to think. I think I'm going to add a color, dry it, add another color, dry it, more like Tim Holtz does. Well, no, he did the three colors together. We'll go ahead and do the three colors together. I got a little blue on there. Oh well. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And I'm doing this without water. I'm gonna add water to this page. And I'll add water to clean up the rest of it. I'm gonna add some more brown. All right, let's add just a little bit of the darker. Oh shoot, I'm going to go put on a t-shirt over this. The other day I had magicals everywhere, you guys. Absolutely everywhere. All right, I might be getting too much brown now. No worries. Clean up the mess. All right, give me just a second before I wreck my t-shirt. I have a icky one right here. Because I don't have to be stupid my whole life. All right, I'm going to add some more of this brown to the blue paper. I like brown and blue together a lot. So you guys just sitting watching? Are you working on something? Eileen isn't telling me what to do today, so she must be making up new avatars that make me look worse than the one yesterday. That was so funny, Eileen. Oh my God, I laughed so hard. And the thing I like about this is you just, like, if you just keep adding more layers, more colors, it just gets more and more interesting. Now I'm sitting on my rag. You're watching. Alrighty then. Alright, I'll just go ahead and pick up some more. Yeah, see, this tissue paper is so weird. I don't care if it gets on the back side. It actually acts like it's repelling the water. That's really weird. And I'm not going to dry it now before I add the oxide, or the magicals. I wish it had more yellow. I'm going to add some more yellow where I want it. I don't know about getting these wet. I suppose they're like anything else. They'll dry. Or they won't. I'm not going to worry about it. I know that. If you can't wreck your own stuff, what can you do? I can't imagine that the water is going to hurt these at all. If it does, oh well. Alright, here we go. This may be one of those do what I say, not what I do things. Alright, and I like adding the magicals onto a wet surface. Now, Eileen likes the magicals on gesso. I have to say I'm not a huge fan of that. Alright, and rather than add more of the same color, I think I'm going to add a little bit of the darker blue. I think it's going to look really pretty. And we could end up with mud. We don't know. You have to be a color theory student to understand all that stuff. I understand it pretty much. Not a lot. Well, and these products, I think, are so different, too, you know. because those oxide, the gray is going to come up. And I've noticed on some of the colors too, the oxide works better with some colors than the others. I can't tell you which ones because I don't know yet, but yeah. Yep, I'm glam and I don't give a damn. Honestly, Eileen, that cracked me up so bad. All right, so I've got the blue, and I'm going to add some of the, what you guys, like maybe a more rust color, which is the Tears on My Pillow Tangerine, but it's kind of dark. So we'll add it over here next to these light colors. And I'm not adding much at all, you guys. I mean, really. And then I'm just going to wet it and dry it. I'm not going to try and move it a whole lot. So we'll just see what we get. Thing is, starting out with brown, if you get mud, you don't know because you started out with brown, right? Ready, set, here we go. I love that blue. Oh my gosh, I love that blue. I'm just going to straighten the paper. I'm not going to get it running if I can help it. The thing is, this tissue paper lets a lot of it go right through. Like underneath this is just mountains of color. Yeah, it is. It's just amazing what they do. I'm going to have craft lunch here in a minute, you guys. I can just promise you it's going to happen. Got too much junk laying around. Hey, guys. I'll eat chat. This is like trying to dry a pond with a heat gun. It looks like I've lost a lot of the yellow in here that I kind of wanted to keep. My own fault. Bad me. I'll add it back. Yes, ma'am. I've only got a few little puddles left. Let's see. Oh, this will be a good one. That's that one that I just sopped up a little minute ago. I'll add it here. Oh, that's pretty now. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I'm going to add this orange down in here. Cool, huh? I like it. I like it a lot. We'll get some real dark right in here. Okay, set that aside. I'll use this paper because it's more absorbent. Ugly. but it may come out better or not. I don't know. We'll see. There's not, a lot of the water is underneath, so when I move this here in a minute, I'll clean it up. And who knows, that yellow may end up popping through. Because I have to say, the other day, after they dried, they look so different than when I actually was working on them. There, now I can move this. All right, that first one we did with the turquoise and pink is almost dry, believe it or not. I'm going to use this to sop up again. Because this is going to be all pretty much one color. So it'll either work or it won't, and we're not going to worry either way. See? Ugly. Ugly, ugly, fugly. Yeah, I'm going to put more yellow. I think it's going to have to dry before I can really add the lighter color back on. But we'll see. Hi, Fiona. All right, I'm going to wash this again. The other day when I cleaned up, you cannot believe how those magicals travel, you guys. Oh, I had magicals on my phone. I had magicals everywhere. I think it took a day and a half for my hands to get clean. Just, oh boy. All right. What do you want to try next? Background paper? Yep, that's what it'll be. It'll end up being background paper. I really want to dry this one. I really do. And try and add more yellow back in. So you're just going to have to deal with the heat gun. Sorry. Heat gun. Oh, I told you. Craft lunch. That cord is really messing with me. Okay, see how different it already looks from when I was working on it? The color is really, really neat. Blue, green, orange oxides, and then yellow magical. Okay, Eileen, are you talking about on this one or start a new one? But isn't that weird how different it comes up? I'm going to try to add more yellow oxide, you know, in different places. But see how all that really dark blue that looked like it was overpowering it has just kind of muted and disappeared now? It's just weird how that works. And actually, I can see more yellow than I think you guys can. And I wish I had some of the orange in the middle. Can you sub past that? I'm not gonna, Eileen, I like this. And actually on this one, I think I'm going to add brown. I'll add yellow and brown. All right, Eileen says start a new one. But see how different it looks when it's dry? It's not completely dry, but it's mostly dry now. But I'm going to add, I think, brown to this one. All right, we're going to listen to the head boss in charge. Glamour Puss over there. I need to look for my other roll of tissue paper, Timmy tissue. Alright, I'm not going to get as big a pieces. Alright, blue, green, orange oxides, and then yellow magicals. Alright, that's what she wants. That's what she's going to get. Alright, Eileen, while I'm getting this ready, do you want the dark blue? The greens that I have are not that great, so it's either that, blue, green, orange, oxides. I think the lighter of the blues. Hi, Ange. Hope you're feeling good. Yeah, I can add orange back, Beth. Hi, Beth, by the way. Hi, May. Hi, Anne. You have no video? Refresh, Anne. Oh, she doesn't have the video, so these three here? Okay. All right. I'll put the orange down first. Green down next. And do you want me to spray it, Eileen, or just try and do it dry? I definitely have enough down. Hi, Dee Dee. Did you go get a grilled cheese? You guys, I've been so lucky this week. Hi, Kmore. My neighbor, my tomatoes didn't do well this year because I wasn't home. In fact, they died. Anyway, so my neighbor's been giving me really, really good homegrown tomatoes, and this weekend I had BLTs with homegrown tomatoes. Honestly, that is my favorite food in the world. I thought I died and went to heaven. For real. And now I'm out of bacon, so I got to get some more. I'm not going to do Smack and Dragon, Suzanne. I'm going to just lay it on there and let the colors stay where the colors are. And see how it comes right through? Isn't that weird? It comes right through. All right. This is going to be Eileen's Tropical Adventure. All right, I'm going to set this right aside. Oh, that is pretty, Eileen. I hate to say that, but it is really pretty. Really, really pretty. Yeah, I love garden season too. And you know, I'm not even bummed that I don't have a garden this year. I mean, frankly, last year it was hot as hell here, like it is this year, and not going out and having to water twice on these 100-degree days isn't bothering me a bit, honestly. Well, one thing about Smack and Dragon, depending on the colors you've chosen, they all just mix together when they're real wet like that. So that's why I do dab, dab, dab. And these are just cleanup sheets that either work out later or don't. Yeah, no, I'd like some fresh cucumbers. That's one thing the neighbor hasn't brought over that I would love. I love homegrown cucumbers too, but I can tolerate the store-bought. He gave me a bunch of everything. We had good veggies all weekend. All right, Eileen, it came out good. Oops. Don't fold over. Do you like that, Eileen? Are you okay with that? The colors each kind of stayed where they were put, so that's cool. I'm going to dry it. Do you want me to dry it? I want to dry it before I add the yellow, okay? I have to get permission from my boss, or she'll put an uglier woman on the internet and call it me. Yeah, I like it. You pick good colors, E.T. You just got a delivery of cantaloupes, watermelons, sweet corn, tomatoes. Oh, yum, yum, Julie. Oh, for your veterans. Yay, you. Ooh, that sounds good, Suzanne. One of my favorite salads, and if you're watching on YouTube, I'm sorry, but that's what we're talking about in chat, is homegrown tomatoes, cucumbers, Vidalia onions with red wine vinaigrette. Oh. See how the colors, when they dry, it's almost like they start going red. Three truckloads. Oh, Julie, that is so awesome. All right, it's almost dry. All right, let's see what yellow magicals we've got. I've got a real bright one and a real soft one. I think the yellows in the magicals, like any of these colors in the neon graffiti set, are real bright. I mean, real bright. And then in this site, there's Bonjour Butter, and I think it's more of a softer yellow, kind of a yellow orangish. Yeah, it's a real soft yellow. And then this one is more of an orange yellow. Let's compare these two. Yeah, like one is uber bright. Let me put them out here where you can see it. Can you see that, the difference in the two? I think I like the Caribbean Cruise one. It's a kind of an orangish yellow. It's pretty. I feel like a mad scientist with all these little pots of stuff. Look at this. There's just little pots everywhere. Add a little hair of newt. Alright, now I'm going to dab this on dry. Now you could wet the paper again or not, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Just wherever it goes is where it goes. That's that. I'm not going to add a lot though. Alright, we're going to add the water. I didn't add a huge amount, you guys, just around the edges of the orangish yellow. So if it doesn't show up, it's Eileen's fault. Of course, in my world, pretty much everything in the world is Eileen's fault. Alright. Can you see it? I can see it really well. I'm not sure that you guys can this far away. It's pretty though. Very pretty. I actually like this color combination, E.T. I hate to admit that out loud. They're still talking about how to fix fresh veggies in chat. Austerity YouTube audience. One nice thing about this tissue paper, it dries really, really fast. Hi, Allie. I did not stamp this paper. Tim Holtz has, it's tissue paper, tissue wrap he calls it. I think this one is still available. I got mine on sale, and that's why I have multiples of them. And he has several different versions of it. So yeah, no, this is Tim Holtz tissue wrap. And I like it. All right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go underneath and wipe some of the moisture up, and that'll help it dry just a hair quicker. And that's just color that was wasted. Oh well. Oh well. We really lost the blue. Really, really lost the blue. We'll have to add some back. All right, I'm going to set this aside for a second, but I'm going to add some of the blue back because I want more blue in it. I'm not going to add any green, but the yellow and the blue that was on there kind of turned it more green, but I want more of the blue. I need to wash my rag. I'm going to try and put it back where I want it. Is the heat gun one of the smaller Marbies? Yeah, this actually was my mother's. I have two of the great big ones like Dee Dee and Paula have. One of them Robert borrowed, and he took it to the garage, and I've not seen it again. I just need to go steal it back. And then one I just have downstairs in storage because you don't need 3 heat guns. So, but yeah, this has lasted forever. These were the best ever. This is a Marby embossing heat tool. I like it. Alright, I got a little bit of the blue back. Another thing I could do to get the colors right where I want them is I could get a stamp out, you know, and put the blue right where I want it. In fact, well, I don't, I'm going to go get, I think I know where it is. Anybody who's been a stamper for a long, long time probably remembers these. You can heat them up and impress them upon something and use them as a stamp. Maybe I'll just hang on. Most of them I threw away, but I found this one the other day. Okay, now it's a wonky circle. So I could do that and just get color where I want. So, yeah. And they made them in squares and circles and everything. Oh, he doesn't need a heat gun. He has flamethrowers and everything else out there. I'm wetting the oxides so that they will oxidize. Nice wonky circle, I know. Cool, huh? I might have to go back and add more green, but I might add a darker green. Never buy Harbor Freight batteries, they suck. Yeah, I'm getting color back where I want it. And I think the last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to color this crap. I'm going to add a little bit darker blue, I think. All right. Pretty dry. Pretty dry. Just a little wet right there, but it's fine. Okay. Do you want me to add more color? Add some magicals. I feel like I want a little bit, that blue is, when you add the blue, it just so overpowers it. So I'm kind of inclined not to do that. But remember, I could also add just the regular distress inks, not the oxides, just the regular distress. So I'm thinking I'm going to add, Eileen's going to probably crap right now. I'm going to look on the distress. Just what I need to do, drag out more junk, right? I don't have near enough junk out here. I'm seeing what blue I have in just the distress inks. Oh, I've got this nice dark green. Okay. Or brown or blue. I love the distress ink pads. I really do. Eileen, if you don't tell me what to do pretty soon, I'm probably going to wreck it. I just want a little bit darker colors. A few places in here. And I think these, I don't want to get a lot, is the deal. You did what? What did you do, Eileen? Add some magicals. Okay, I'm going to in just a second. I'm just seeing where I want some different color. And because I watered this down, it's not going to be too dark, and I'm just going to put it down and do that. Okay, yeah, I like that better. Sometimes you just got to do what you like and ignore the voices in your head. In my case, that's Eileen. Ignore those voices in your head. All right, I'm going to add some magicals if you want. But I don't know, just adding that little touch of darker color may have helped it. Eileen, you can't sit there and chat and start bad-mouthing me. That is so against the rules. I'd like to ban her, but I think she has more power than I have. I think she could unban herself. That one's getting kind of interesting. And it would be really sad if she threw me out of my own chat, right? Or my own show. She has that magical power, though, because she can open up my Amazon anytime she wants. That's scary. There. Now see, with the little bit darker, I added peacock feathers, and I like it. I like that little bit of darker green in there. All right. You said to add magicals. Did you say what color magicals there, Bossy Pants? You would love to see a journal before we go? Okay. All right. You want to see journals? We've got journals. One thing we're not lacking on Monkey Island. We could get real specific. Do you want to see leather? Do you want to see material? Yeah, I like this pretty much. Like the mixture of colors right now is really, really good. But keep in mind too, like you can kind of see in here when it's completely dry, and it's not completely dry yet, but when it's completely dry, those oxides will start moving up through the other colors, and that's when it gets really, it's starting to happen right now. That's when it gets really, really interesting. Okay, Bossy Pants, I did add yellow. That's how all that yellow got on there. I already did the yellow. What I kind of would like to do, honestly, in just places, and I think I'm going to do it, I'm not going to do it directly on the paper. I think I'm going to put magicals down on the mat and dab where I want. And I will surprise you. I won't even tell you what color I'm going to use. And if Eileen doesn't like it, she can go boss Dee Dee around. And then we'll see the battle begin, right? Hi, Happy Ray. I'm not going to add a lot, so don't be having a cow now. And I spread it all around so I don't end up with big blobs. I'm going to do one more little thing on it and you'll get over it. I'm pretty sure. And I'll start here in the corner to see. Yep, I'm going to like it. If I wreck it now, I will never hear the end of it. Do you guys realize that? But I want it to look a little trashed out. Just don't get your panties all in a wad. Eileen is really having a cow in chat. She will get over it, I promise you. She will. I added just a little bit of dark colors here and there for contrast. To me, it's all too much the same hue of lightness. You know what I mean? And I may make this stuff up as I go along. Did anyone explain the Lucy and Ethel story? Why? Is there something I should know that I don't know? You know what, Eileen, in the end, that's probably exactly what's going to happen. That's why I wanted those sheets, is I am going to use them for a collage in one of my journals. So that's why I wanted that Tim Holtz paper. I have a plan. I have a plan. You think I come on here with no plans. And if you think that, you'd be right. Oh my gosh. Alrighty. I still haven't bought new baby wipes. Alright, we're ready to start a new one. What do we want to do? Regular paper? Let's look at that first one we did and see what we need to do with it. It should be maybe not completely dry, but darn close. This was Dee Dee's color scheme, and it was pink and green, and the mint came out real dark. Now I'm wondering if I added oxides on top of the magicals, because remember, like these places where I haven't got all the magicals completely dissolved, like right there, excuse me, they're going to move again. If I added more water, they would start moving again. You can see where there's kind of little puddles of powder left. But this one I want to add something to, but I'm not sure what. You just stabbed yourself with scissors? Well, that's not good, Kmore. Don't do that. Bye, Monique. I'm trying to think what I want to do with this. Good luck, Monique. I'll have to search for a new modem. These came out a lot darker than I thought. I'm going to add oxides to them now. I think we had oxides first, and it turned out real light because the paper was repelling. I'm going to add some orange back. We're just going to try this. And some of the lighter green. We can add a stamp and use permanent inks. We're going to add some of the colors that Dee Dee originally asked for. Actually, those were Eileen's colors. Oops. This is either going to turn into the biggest mess you ever saw or something really cool, and we don't know which. Because remember, those magicals could start moving. Well, they will start moving. So I'll start with just an edge and see if it's something we want to pursue. Oh, yeah, we want to pursue this. Yeah, that's getting really colorful now. Sweet! Sweet! And see how the magicals, that spot right there is where the magicals have come off now. So that's very cool. I like that. I'm going to add some green back in a few places. That's kind of interesting how the magicals started moving again. That is way cool. Can you guys see it? And now I'm thinking with the oxides on top, when it dries, you should see that the oxides start working. Yeah, I like that one better now that I added stuff to it. Sweet, sweet, sweet. I've got this stuff all over my arms now, too. Whew. I'm just sopping up ink right now, guys. That's all I'm doing. I'm not, probably, who knows what I'll end up doing with this. But I like it when the magicals started moving accidentally underneath. That was kind of cool. All right, now this one is the one I wanted to add more brown to. Thanks, you guys. Yeah, if I didn't want the magicals to move back, if I get them fully dissolved, they are permanent. If I don't get them completely dissolved, I would have to spray them with a fixative or something to make them stay put. So this one just kind of all muted together, and I'm not crazy about it, honestly. I'm really not. So, can we collage? Okay, now what? Beth, you're going to have to tell me what you're talking about because I don't have a clue. I think on this one, the way I'm going to have to save it is to use some blue and brown. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to have to do and make it more like that other sheet. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I love the faded jeans. You know what I could do too? I think, well, no, wait. No, what? Why not? Live and learn, right? I'll add the brown last. All right, this is what the two colors I've used, believe it or not. Can you see the difference in the colors down there? I've used the faded jeans in the Distress Oxide and the faded jeans in just the regular Distress ink. And look at the difference in the colors down there. So this will be kind of interesting. Because what I wanted was, I'm going to do it on the corner and see. Oh, I like that. Can you guys see that? Next to each other? That's cool. Very cool. Very, very cool. Unmute it. What now? Oh, you're saying the paper. Unmute the paper. That's interesting. I'm going to try that again because I like that. And who knows, I may have just turned it into mud, but we don't care. And I'll use this mop-up sheet for this one. I do have color on my arms. It's all good. How would you like me to fix your dinner tonight? Usually when I get off stream and I'm like this, what I do is I go get in the shower and wash my hair. And generally that takes care of all that. I mean, I do have a craft scrubby, but usually just washing my hair takes care of it. If I was worried about not getting messy, Beth, I would have thrown every bit of this crap in the trash right after the first time I used it. I've been having trouble uploading to YouTube, Beth. Out of the last 3 I've tried, only one has worked. So I always try. Um, I don't always succeed. And I'm one of those people that if it doesn't happen on the first try, um, yeah, we don't go back and do a second attempt. It either works the first time or it doesn't. I'm going to dry this one and see if the oxides will work. It does look like a real mess, doesn't it, Eileen? That's all right. It'll work for what I want it for. Yep, it's oxiding. Oxiding is not a word. I made that up. Mine won't upload. Yeah, see, and mine, I've tried to do it later, and I've tried to put it on my computer and then upload from there. And honestly, you can spend hours jacking with that stuff. And I finally decided if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Watch it on Eastern. I am stubborn. I don't like hassle. That's my biggest deal. My life is hassle free as much as I can make it. The faded jeans on Distress Oxide ink were oxidized really well. Now I want some yellow. Hi, Leanna. I'd like some red back in here and more yellow. So I'm going to add some back now. Oh, you know what? I'll try with that. I'm going to try to put it back right where I want it with this crazy thing. Adding color right where I want it now. Just making the color that's there a little bit darker. I don't want harsh edges though, so. You leaving, Alice? We'll see you later. Have a great afternoon. All right. Now what? I know that was magicals, but I'm going to see about... Don't want that color. Well, what did I do with that? There it is. I'm not telling Eileen what I'm doing, so she won't have a cow. And this is the first time I've kind of tried to control any of this. But I'm kind of liking the colors, and some of them I just want darker. So, and I'm using the Distress, so I'm going to go ahead and wet it again. And hopefully it won't run crazily, you know. But when I tear it up to collage, I think it's going to work very well. Who knows? If it doesn't, you know what happens. I think if I remember right, that red really oxidized nicely too. So even though these colors look bright right now, I think they will, they won't stay that bright when I dry them. And I didn't get them real wet. Yeah, I like this with the light added in. Let's see what it comes out like. Yeah, see, it's all softening up a lot now. That could work, Anne. Yeah. Rather than the decade you were born, a favorite decade, yeah, that might work. People might enjoy that. I don't mind my decade because it was 50s, and yeah. So the 50s is fun. Yeah, so this one, I don't know, this is interesting. We'll see. I may or may not love it when it's all done. All right, let's look at what we've done. And whoever wanted to see the journal, tell me what kind of journal you want to see. Do you want to see one of the traveler's notebooks? Do you want to see the journal I made? My journals with artwork are in my hope chest right now, so that would take a lot of unloading. I should get them out and show you guys sometime. I lost most of my art in a flood, so yeah, I don't have a whole lot, but I do have some. Okay. Here's the yellow, orange, green one that Eileen liked. And Eileen, I have to say, as big a pain in the neck as you are, I like it. And what I did was when I added the brown, you can kind of see how it's a little bit more distressed in there. That's all I did. It didn't obliterate anything or anything. It just kind of looks like coffee stains in there. Hi, Tammy. Okay, so Beth is saying surprise us. And actually, I wouldn't mind a little bit more of that distress if I could keep it light like that, because the distress is nice. Can you see that in there? How cool that looks? Now, I love that. That is very, very nice. And I like the map in the background with the distress on top. Yeah, I like that a lot. That's probably my favorite place on the whole sheet right there, right in there, where it looks real distressed. And see, you can see it when I get it up close. When I'm far away, you guys can't really see how distressed and unusual the patterns get. It's very cool. Very, very cool. So this I may use as the inside of some of those journals that I make. I'm not sure which one this one would match, but it doesn't matter. I'll figure it out. So we did do a pink one. Let's see if I really want to do that. Do I want to do that? That one's going to be too pretty to use something distressed like this. I'm going to add probably a little bit more brown to this one, really, before everything's said and done. Thanks, you guys. All right, let me see what we've got so far. I probably have enough tissue paper for what I wanted to do, so we can move away from that. I might touch it up a little bit and jack with it a little bit, but I do love. Okay, this one is really oxidizing nicely. This one still is just too muted, and I don't know. This is the one I'm talking about. This is the one I just added the yellow to, and it disappeared. So, I don't know, maybe I should use the Magicals. I'm going to use the Magicals. I'm going to put some yellow Magicals on it. If we don't like it, oh well, we'll get over it. Oh, that's a lot. Don't ever use that much. You could turn the whole world yellow with that much. Eileen, I know you're really good at telling me what to do. Have you used your Magicals much? Just curious. Inquiring minds, you know. Hi, Shells. And I'm not adding a lot, but I'm going to try and get some of this yellow back in. And I don't really have a good yellow ink pad that I could use a permanent ink. Because most of these colors they'll still move. So, all right, bye, Dee Dee. Have a great afternoon. Blue, red, yellow. That's kind of what we're working on here. Now I'm hoping this yellow stays bright yellow this time. I'm going to add some there in the middle. You made a lot of backgrounds with them? Yeah, I don't know. I like them. I like them a lot. I'm going to try and get some yellow in there and maybe up here in this corner. Of course, it's over the blue, so it's going to probably turn green, but that's okay. That's the interesting thing. All right. And just because I can, I'm going to add that red. What appears red right now was actually orange. That deep orange out of the Go Grease Lightning set. There may be no hope for this. It looks like the yellow's disappearing again. And I'm going to end up with one great big huge gray sheet of tissue paper. Or brown. Yeah, I could. But see, then if I oxide it, I want to add more water. And it's when you add the water that you run into trouble. I'm running out of water. Looks like somebody bled on it. Eek! I'm going to orange it up a little bit. Stop now while you're ahead. Girl, stop. If you don't like it, just add more. This is going to take half a lifetime to dry. I'm just going to set it aside. Oh, it's definitely mud underneath. The oxidation is You know what, Eileen? I think there's a lot of truth in that. That the oxidation takes over and mutes the colors. You know, that I expect them to stay bright, but they don't. They oxidize. All right, here we go. I'm going to make a place here and move this off, and hopefully it doesn't drip while I'm moving it. Keep your fingers crossed. Yeah, that one I may have difficulty saving, but we'll find out. See how it just turned to mud underneath? Yeek! Step away from the tissue. There you go, Carol Renee. I'm just picking up some of these where, because this is just a mop-up sheet, I don't care about it. And it may end up cool, it may not. And it doesn't matter to me either way. Because I'm still going to sleep good tonight regardless. All right, I'm going to put a lot on this end and see if I can let it run all the way down the sheet. All right, and Gina's on. I usually go from, 1 to 4. Okay. So we've got a little bit of time left. I'm just letting it run from one end. See, I like drippage like that. I know some people don't, but I love drippage. And it actually has turned out to be a really pretty brown. Now that is the mud of which we speak. And see where the paper's starting to crease there? Now I love that too. You know what we're going to do with this one? I think I'm going to do like I did with the when we were making the faux leather. The next time I have to mop up, and I think I want to add blue to it actually. I'm going to crumple this all up and get some creases in it, and then dip it in. Let's just do it right now because we can. You're going to go wake up Jean? Good luck, girl. Okay. All right. And I remember I didn't add, this sheet does not have glycerin on it, so it it may have a tendency to tear, and that's fine too. I don't care. All right, let's see. I think I'm going to use, all right, here we go. This is just the regular Distress faded jeans. I'll moisten it a little bit because I don't want to dye the whole paper, so I'm just going to lay it down gently. And see how the raised parts sucked up the blue? How cool is that? So this piece of junk paper that I really didn't like at all, now I'm starting to love it. Yep, liking it a lot, liking it a lot. Sweet. That is very cool looking now. Very cool looking. Now I'm just adding in specific places where I want just a little bit more. Yeah, I like that very, very much. Very, very. Sweet. All right, I'm going to do that same thing again with this other really ugly page. Eileen's thinking I'm violent now. Only this time I'm going to add a little bit of glycerin water. If you weren't here for a show, I don't even know when it was, you guys. It was a week or so ago. I can't get to my glycerin bottle. Doggone it. Oh well, this will work. How to make faux leather, and I think that one did go up on YouTube, but where you saturate a piece of cardstock or chipboard is what I'm talking about, with glycerin water, and crumple it up just like I've done here, and just really, really work with it a lot. You can turn chipboard into faux leather, and I'll show you one of the pieces. I've got one here. And these are ugly, but it's okay because I'm going to use them inside the journal, so I don't really care. But this is what it ends up looking like. That's actually chipboard now. It's really just like faux leather. So one day we did nothing but this, and it was fun. I like this one a lot. This one needs more brown. But anyway, so yeah, it's the same technique, but this I haven't sprayed glycerin on, so it might have a tendency to tear. But if I'm going to use it on collage, who cares anyway, right? So this is one of those mop-up sheets I've been using. Beth, you can get glycerin in the first aid department of Walmart, grocery store, anywhere, but it's going to be right next to the Band-Aids and stuff. And this is just regular paper, so it's not going to look as cool as that other one, but we're going to do it anyway. Because right now it's not, there's just no interest there. This kind of in here is kind of interesting, but yeah. I don't want to get too much. That's cool looking. And see, after this dries, if I want this paper flat again, and I don't want the wrinklage, which I don't mind the wrinklage is good for me. If you are so inclined to iron like CB does, which I think is insane, you could iron it and make it absolutely flat again. Do not melt the suppository. Oh my God, no. No, 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 no. Don't do that. Bad idea. Bad, bad, bad idea. I don't know. Maybe you could, but yeah, don't melt a suppository. Something about that doesn't sound right. Don't suck on suppositories either. I'm pretty sure that's not good. Oh, that's funny. All right. Here's another one of our cleanup sheets. This one to me has a little bit of interest. Not crazy about it, but it's a little interesting. Oh, Jean hurt her shoulder? Oh no. So I'll just go ahead and mop up some of this. And when it beads up and gets little beads like that, you can keep the little beads. So I don't want to overdo it, but I may have already. Because sometimes I just don't know when to stop. Yeah, so maybe some of these ones that I just used as mop-up, I can go ahead and make interesting now. I should have yanked that glycerin out of the box before I piled junk on top of it. Oh my God, ironing. Well, I said I wouldn't do it. I wondered what you would say about that, Eileen. Oh, sometimes I just have to say stuff for the shock value. Yeah, that one. Now, that is really interesting. I might like it a little darker, actually. I crumpled this one up, too. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with this one, because this is pretty ugly. You have to admit, the colors are not that really interesting together, and it looks like exactly what it is, a mess. So we'll just go ahead and add it too. Use up some of this junk that's on the desk. Yes, Beth, you can mix the glycerin 1 part to about 6. It's not a critical measurement, frankly. In a spray bottle, spray the chipboard, and then just crumple it up. And just keep doing that until it gets really soft and pliable. And that's pretty much that. And you'll get some really cool leather-like chipboard, like this one. See, and I could go ahead and spray this again, and it makes it very pliable. You can do it to any paper, really. I like this one where the tan is kind of showing through, but that's kind of what you end up with. And then you can make, I use it, I'm going to use this as on that journal that I made, and I'll go ahead and yank that out and show Beth. I'm going to use it in between the woven cover and the other sheet, just to give the whole journal a little bit more substance. All right, CB, we won't see you again maybe until you're in Maryland, but I can hardly wait to see you at Z's stream, okay? And travel safe. And I have to say I'm a little jelly, but I want you to go have a ton of fun, because I'll be sitting home wishing I was there with you guys. Now see that one, I got a little bit of that orange in there. Can you see that? There was a little bit of orange there on the edge, and it looks like rust. That's the sort of thing I really love. So maybe I'm going to do that. I think it would, I can't remember. We're going to try it. What the heck? The only thing we can do now is turn it to garbage, right? Okay, this is what we're starting with. I'm going to add a little bit of the, I use the fire brick oxide. And I'm just going to add it here and there. And you guys, I don't get attached to any of this, so it doesn't matter to me what it does or doesn't do. I don't care. Now I'm going to have all this paper, but I do have a plan for a lot of it that we did today, so that will be showing up on a future stream. So now this is getting a little bit more interesting. Now I could go, look at right in there, like I'm loving that. I'm really loving that. It looks like the mess that it is. If I wanted to now, I could just go back and add more layers. I could stencil on top of this. Oh, that was one thing I was going to do. Yeah, I could stencil on top of this and just turn it into a background for an entire journal page. And that's something else I don't generally do on stream, but maybe next time I'll do a journal page. So it's getting real interesting. I'm starting to like this one a lot. Thanks, Rebecca. Yeah, it's like, and look at, can you guys see it? This is one, well, it was one that I did. Jean was telling me, and I stamped it in the background. Can you see how that little flower has popped through? That was a stamp I did like 4 layers ago, and now it's just finally popped through. Can you see it? And I can start seeing now where that stamped image is starting to show through here and there. Oh, now that is cool. I wish I remember how I did that. What did Jean have me do? I'm gonna have to go back and watch that that stream, because now that image, I wish you guys could see it better. But can you see the stamped image, the background image, that light area in there poking through? Eileen's telling me we have 3 hours, Janet. Debbie isn't streaming until 6. Ratatouille gets home in about, he should be almost done with his infusion. Ratatouille will be home in about an hour, hour and a half. And when he comes home, he will be starving. I will have to feed him something because he always comes home hungry from his infusion. Okay, here's another really funky one that we just used as a sop up. What color do we want to add to this one? More of that red? I think I will. I think I'll add the fire brick red. I think I may like this, the oxide version of this. I need to go get some more wata wata wata. All right, I'm going to go ahead and crinkle this one too because I'm liking the effect of that. How did Jean hurt her shoulder? Crazy girl. This one is kind of ugly, so I went ahead and smushed it up too. The only thing I really like about this one is the blue speckles. I love the blue speckles. So, this one's going to give me bigger splotches. This experiment may not work. We'll see. She probably slept on it. Poor baby. It's not fun to hurt. And that's one thing I will say for certain. Alright, we're going to let this one dry. Now see how that oxide, how the color itself is that deep, deep orangish kind of color? Look what happens when it oxidizes. It just turns kind of a pinkish gray, really unusual color. This one I'm going to add more dark blue back in when it's done too because I like it. I like it. I like it. Let's see. I already added that to that one. That one's not a good match. I'm going to add the rest of the oxide to this because I'm not crazy about this one. I'm really not. I don't know why. I'm just not. So maybe this will give it some more interest because I'm not liking it. I'm going to go ahead and dry this one now. You can't always have complete successes, I guess. Because yeah, I'm not loving this. Craft a lunch coming if I don't do something quick. All right, I'm gonna dry this. You know what I can do with this one because I was curious. I might try doing a stencil over this. It might make it too busy though with the background. Yeah, the color change is weird, Travis, for sure. Oh, you did, Debbie. Cool. All right, I think I have an idea. of all the ones we've done today, this is honestly my least favorite. And Eileen is saying, do big black outline circles on it. Okay, we might do that at the end, Eileen. But I think for right now, I'm going to go ahead and use the walnut stain oxide with the walnut stain regular distress ink like I did with the faded blue jeans and or the faded jeans, and do that and see how it works. And maybe I'll crinkle this too. Too late, I already did. Yeah. So I get like the variation in color with the oxide and the solid color of the distress inks. Let's give it a try and see how it works. The only thing we can do now is wreck it more. You like this page? I'm just not crazy about it, Travis. I'm really not. But I think if I add some brown here and there, I think I will like it more. So it looks, I'm not going to make it all brown, knucklehead. But I'm going to do like I did that last one. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. What the heck? We can't get sued, right? No. I'm not going to make it all brown because I crinkled it. I don't have enough water. Oh well. We're going to make it work. Because I'm only going to do a little bit at a time, right? See how it just sits right on top? Just make it look real distressed. If it doesn't work, Eileen will say, I had nothing to do with that mess. Nothing at all. Pat lightly. Yeah, now I'm going to like it a lot better. I can tell. Because remember, the oxide part is not going to stay dark like it looks right now. Yeah, see? Now that to me is far more interesting than the way it was. And that big blob of brown, that doesn't bother me a bit. Alright, we're going to set that over there and see what we want brown on to use up the rest of this. Hang on, I'm going through some of these other papers to see. Like, see this one? I'm not a huge fan of that one, but I'm not going to mess with it because I think that was Eileen's favorite. I think she really liked it. This one, ugly. That's a candidate. I could do jeans. All right, most of these I'm really happy with, so I'm not going to mess with them. Now, why did Janet's voice get all witchy when she's speaking for... Oh my God. That was just Freudian, and just Freudian. Okay, now this is making speckles, but it's going to, and even though it looks dark right now, it's going to end up real light. Mark my words. We'll dry this one to prove that I am absolutely correct. And what I wanted was a combination of the darker brown and the lighter brown. But yeah, see how it's speckling, and I like that right there. Monkey poo. Oh, Eileen, you are an absolute character. Yeah, see, this is cool now. I'm liking it. All right, there we go with that. This one got really weird. We'll just wipe up the rest of it with this one. because we don't care. Oops! Dropped it. Good thing it's not sopping wet. The carpet would be hating me right now. Alright, I gotta get some more water and then I'm gonna, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Be thinking about what I'm gonna do, Eileen. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick is one thing I'm gonna do. Alright, here we go. I could stop right now and show you guys how to do that weaving. Throw brown on it. Alright, cleaning up the mess, cleaning up the mess. Alright, we have got a semi-clean surface. And my hands don't look clean, but they feel clean. That's after I've washed them. That's pitiful. Pitiful. It's all good. Alright, is there anything that you guys want to see? Oh, you forgot to text Jeannie. Get her to mix some magicals with some pan. Oh my God. Okay, now think about this, Eileen. If we mix the pan pastels and the magicals, the pan pastels, I'm pretty sure, would repel water. But now you've got me curious. So we will write ourselves a note. I don't want to get the pan pastel mess out if you saw what was already out here. Pan pastels with magicals. Okay, the thing is, like with the pan pastels, if I sprayed it with a fixative after I put the pan pastels down, because remember the pan pastels are going to repel water. I think, I mean, I'm just guessing. The pan pastels would repel the water unless I sprayed it with fixative, workable fixative. I don't know. We're going to have to figure that out. We've got another stream planned for the rest of the later on in the week, don't we? I'm not getting the pan pastels out right now. So what else did you guys want to see? I'm just thinking, I know Beth wanted to see some journals, so I can get out some different kinds that I've got. Because I could show and talk about journals all day long. I love me some journals. And she said she didn't really care which journals, so I'll just go get a good example of different ones. Okay, I got, I think, a pretty good selection here. And I chose all the, say, traveler's style journals. I have lots of bound, you know, like book bound journals and spiral bound and, excuse me, composition book and just every kind of journal. I have them all. And there's only one, well, right now there's two that I am using every day. This one, which you guys have seen, it's a Chic Sparrow cover in cream brulee, A5 size, I believe. It's really nice, beautiful leather. And inside of it, I have a McGill Ruiz, I think is how you pronounce it. You can get them at Barnes & Noble for about $10. You can, oh, it's not focusing. It's MIQUELRUIS. You can order these on Amazon too, but they're just more expensive. But you can get them at Barnes & Noble for about $10. The thing I love about this is, one, the size, and the fact that it has graph paper. And it's the same concept as any other traveler's notebook. It's got the elastic closure. I don't put multiple journals in this one. And this is kind of like a daily journal, art, bullet journal, whatever. And my last one, which I don't even know where it is right now, my last year one, actually last 2 years, you can fit about 2 years of daily junk in here if you use a half a page. Per day. So this is probably my most favorite journal. And you guys have seen, most of you have seen this before, so you're not surprised. Okay. Next to that one, the one I'm using pretty much every day right now is this little one. And this one is the same size as the ones I made out of the woven paper. Just about. I really love this size because it fits really, really good in your purse. Same concept, elastic enclosure, and I've got 3 inserts in here. Oops, this one I took out because I'm using it. That is the beast, Karen. It's got a zipper pocket. It came with this little pocket thing that I don't really use. You can see all the medical junk. This one I am keeping Robert's medical stuff in. So I'm using it pretty much every day. I love this size. The size is awesome. This is a journal I just picked up at the Dollar Tree. I think they call it K here. It was up near the register and it was $1, and I thought, man, that's the same size as that journal. So I bought it. And in fact, it does fit in here. So at some point, I could add that in. I just have it in here right now. So those are the 2 journals that I'm using consistently right now. This one goes with me when I go. This one almost never leaves home. It did go to the hospital with me, but this one almost never leaves home. And I color in it and I draw in it and I test my new products in it. I do ink samples in it. You know, I just use it for whatever. Okay? So those are my 2 working journals right now. These are the journals that I will be making more of. I really like these. They feel good. I don't know how durable they're going to be, and I guess that depends on how you use them. You know, if you are good to them or if you beat the hell out of them, I would go ahead and beat the hell out of them. I am a believer in using the stuff that you have. You know, like my Beast, if it gets stains on it, if it gets something on it, I'm not going to cry. Okay? These are a fraction of what is in there, okay? These are all traveler style Midori size notebooks. They've all been used for different things. This one, let's see. I got to put on my glasses. I can't see. Let's see. This one, I do lettering, doodling. You never know what you're going to find. This is another one of those 6-pocket folders that you can make. Let's see. Creative illustration, beyond workbook, and other doodly stuff. Okay. So I started this as a working through the creative illustration and beyond book. And I just keep a bunch of doodle stuff in there. Borders. And I just sit and draw this stuff. Or if I see something on the internet I want to remember, I put it in there. That's empty. Here's an American flag. If you want to know where your American flag is, there it is. So, and this is, in fact, a Midori, the Pan Am limited edition version. And it's perfect. And it smells fabulous. This is one I got from Amazon. I don't know if they still sell them. It's XYLC or something like that. It came with the inserts. I just put the stamps on them. I don't think I have anything in this one right now. But the nice thing about these journals, you guys, is when you're done with the insert, take it out and get a new one. I don't worry that they're not full. I will go back to using this one. This one is really, it feels rugged. And it came with this size, a smaller size, a passport size, and the pen holder for like no money. So I think of all the notebooks I have, the Midori style notebooks, this one was the best deal. It cost almost no money. This is one like Dee Dee had this morning. This is one of Jana's. I don't use it. And I also have one that is Sock Monkey. I bought the Sock Monkey one too. So this one, yeah. I bought a bunch from Jana. One, because she was raising funds. Hers are really, really well made, you guys. Really. But I bought them and gave them to my granddaughters. And this is just kind of an extra one. I've never really used this one. I just have it because I can. Okay, and then I brought this one out to show you guys. Before I was going to spend money on a journal, I thought, you know what, I'm going to make one of my own to see if it's something I would even use, okay? And so I had some notebooks and different things. So I went to the thrift store and I bought a leather coat. And this is really leather, but it's real, real flimsy. And I went ahead and set it up like a Midori style or a traveler's notebook style. And this one I still use. I just don't use it consistently, but this is my book of lists. Books that I want to read, movies that I want to see, music that I want to buy or copy or whatever. And then I started out doing a color inspiration. I have not kept up with this. But I will go back to it at some point. Rules of drawing, doodling, exercises, stuff like that. So this is a homemade one out of a, really, it was a coat I bought at the thrift store. Like $3 is all this cost me. And I got a bunch of journals out of it. I sent one to Linda White Holloway. This is also the same sort of thing. And in this, I just have stuff to use in the journals. Sock monkeys, stickers, whatever. And all I did was cut up one of those 9-pocket baseball card sleeves. So, yeah. So this one just holds stuff to use in the journals. So that's pretty much what I brought out to show you guys. I have tons of journals. Tons of them. I don't use it, though, all the time. And then this one I keep in, this is a Bible cover. And you can buy them at any bookstore. And they're nice because they have pockets and stuff like that. I just keep them in a Bible cover. So if I want to take it to the couch, it's just all there together. I don't know if Jonna is making and selling the covers anymore. She did a Periscope one day where she was selling them all, just boom, 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 boom. I kind of think she was trying to get out of the business. But she might still be doing it. I don't know. Don't take my word for it. So those are kind of the journals. But I mean, I have every kind. But I am going to make some more like this woven one. I really am. Because this, I don't know. There's something about this that is very, very appealing to me. I like this. I don't know. Somebody explain Periscope to Kat, because I'm not sure I necessarily understand Periscope either. It's like a live show like this, but that you do on Twitter. So if you guys want, I'll show you how I'm going to start. Okay, what journal was this on? These are things that I got to remember. Okay. All right, that goes on the medical one. So, and to start the journals, let me find my cutting mat. Yeah, I like bookbinding too. I really do. All right, and because these new journals, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one piece of cardstock that's not printed on. I mean, I could do something on this. You know what? Let's just do one. This one I know I'm going to love just this way, so that probably will end up being mine. Let's see. What color looks good with... That one is going to be really... This is the one we're going to do it to. Okay, because this is of all the ones that I picked is probably my least favorite. Let's do something in the darker purple on this with the magicals. I don't have a purple Distress Oxide. Wait. I think I'm a big fat liar. I do. So let's go ahead and decorate this paper before I get busy doing all those others. Maybe I'll like them. Okay, these are the colors. Eileen, pay attention. Her eyes glazed over when I brought the Midori's out. She's not a journal person like me. Oh well. All right, so all the purple colors that we've got to choose from are the Wilted Violet, Distress Oxide, Urban Amethyst. Yeah, I like the blue one too. Okay, we're going to decorate the purple paper with purple products. How's that for messing with pissy purple? Okay, we've also got Pop Rock Purple. And it's, I think it's what we used on this, actually. Let's get it out. Why not? If we're going to do this, let's do it. Just don't mess around. And we've got one other purple. No, actually, we don't. I'm a big fat liar. Okay, those are the purple products that we've got. I might have, let me see. I'm not a purple person, so I won't have a lot of purple stamp pads. I do have some chalk ink in purple because I have all these little, I have like the mementos and the chalk ones. It's a pissy purple page. So if we want to add some, oh, okay, here, I've got a good dark purple. Because I say, we don't have much dark. Okay, I got one. We're good. We're good. We're good. Now, I don't know on these mementos, if you put them down and add water, if they beat up like the other ones or not. I kind of suspect they do. But they're permanent when dry. Okay, so what do we want to start with, Eileen? You be the head boss in charge right now. This one got a little dirty on it. We don't care. This side isn't dirty, so we'll use it. All right, do we want to start with the Distress Oxides? My coffee's almost gone. When my coffee's gone, I'm out of here, you guys. Stamp some. Okay, maybe we'll do the stamping with the memento. Do we want to start with the Distress Oxide? What the heck? Let's do it. And in amongst that, we could actually, you know what? We're gonna add some blue because this paper has the blue and the green and the purple. Use the chalk ink. Okay, we'll stamp with chalk ink then. Okay, and I'm going to add some of the, what was that really pretty blue? I think it was, excuse me, the peacock. Yep, it was the peacock feather. We're going to add some of that in. The oxides and the magicals and see if it blows up. Drink slower. Trying not to totally contaminate my ink pads. I think it's too late though. Okay? We'll worry about that another day. All right. So we've got some of each on here. Let's just see what happens. If we don't like it, I have more cardstock. Okay? Here we go. Dab, dab, dab. All right, then on top of this, we're going to add the, all right, now I'm liking it. All right, let me set this aside, clean up this mess, and I'm going to do it on one of these papers over here that kind of have the same color. Well, then we'll add some magicals. This is the one with the embossing on it, and it's not absorbing too much. It's all good, though. Okay. Clean up mess. And throw on some magicals. And I'm not going to dry this. I'm going to leave it just like this. I'm liking this. I'm not going to add water. I'm not going to and I'm not going to dry this. I'm just going to let it be. And we'll add the dark. This is the Urban Amethyst. This is a dark, dark purple. This is bright, very bright purple. So I'm not going to add much. I promise you that. Oh, liar, liar, pants on fire. That's one thing about the magicals. They are real hard to control, you guys. They are really, really hard to control. Alright, that's enough of that. It needs more peacock. Alright, we can add some back in, remember. And a little bit of the Pop Rock Purple. Do you guys remember Pop Rocks? I think you can still buy them, actually. I wouldn't buy them today, but as a kid, they were way fun. Get high and do Pop Rocks. Who could not have a fun childhood with doing that? Hello. Alright, we don't know what we're going to get, but we're going to find out. Here we go. Interesting. I really like the darker colors, you guys. I really, really do. That is really cool. Very cool. Very, very cool. We're going to add some of the turquoise. Which was the best turquoise that we got in the magicals? And I'm not going to move this until I dry it. Did I have any of that? That's the Danny Zuko denim. I guess we didn't have it out. Alright, we're going to add some teal. Banana Cheerios, that sounds disgusting, Eileen. I'm sorry, but that sounds really icky. Of course, I'm not a banana fan. I only eat bananas because they have good potassium and magnesium. And even though this paper will get all wrinkled up and warped from the water, by the time you weave with it, you can get it back flattened out. Because remember, those papers on those other journals that I showed you, they were all warped and out of shape too. So, yeah. So, by the time I get them woven, it'll all be good. No worries. I'm liking this a lot. I might have added too much blue, but it's okay. I don't mind. Don't mind at all. I'm actually going to take a piece of the cotton fiber paper that really absorbs the water and sop a lot of this up. But look at right now. Is that not getting way cool? All right, we're just going to absorb some of it. Chocolate cherry. Oh my God. You guys, ugh. All right, I need to get a place to lay this because when I pick it up, it's going to be dripping. Oh, that's cool. Way cool. Now I'm going to pick it up here and there with a baby wipe, I think. Oh, I have too much stuff out here now, you guys. It's going to take me 2 hours to clean this damn mess up. I got too much blue. But that's okay. Because it's going to be with the blue and the purple, so it'll be okay. But I'm going to pick some of it up. Get some different variations in the color here. It is pretty cool looking, isn't it? Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm going to have a real pretty baby wipe too. Other people would save that, not me. Mostly because it smells like a baby's butt. This totally looks like Aurora Borealis in there. All right, now the weird thing is I'm going to weave this and this. Well, I guess the light and the dark together will work good. All right, now you want me to stamp something? It's hard to see the oxide on this one. Yeah, I do too normally, Beth. I just picked up the wrong ones, and boy, am I sorry. Now see how all that blue kind of just dropped off into the background? Where the heck did it go? All right, you want me to stamp something on it? It's not completely dry yet, and I don't care. I'll go ahead and stamp on it, and because if the stamping's not perfect, that's fine with me. In fact, I probably prefer that. So do you want me to get like a text stamp, an image stamp, solid stamp, outline stamp? What kind of stamp? Stamp something on it in black so that it shows up in the weave. Okay. Probably just a cursive text stamp would work well, don't you think, Eileen? And I just won't ink up the whole stamp. I'll just ink up parts of it. What do you think about that? I could do, yeah, or I could do, I'm trying to think what other image, would not be overpowering. I could just actually use alphabet stamps too randomly, where you get like part of an R or part of a B or, I think I'm going to use that cursive text stamp and just not ink up the whole thing. Yeah, I think so too. I think the cursive text may be what I want. Because it's real fine. Keys might be good too. All right, and I'm going to use permanent, excuse me, on this. I've really got to reorganize. I think this is the new one. Yeah, it is. Way to go, goofball. I've got the hiccups, you guys. I don't know how I got the hiccups. All right. All right, can you see that? It's incomplete because I only inked up part of the stamp because I don't want it everywhere, just here and there. And I'm going to do it different directions so that it may appear one direction one time, another direction next. This is not the new stamp pad. This is the old stamp pad. That's fine. All right. I think that's going to do it. I just had a baby wipe here. What the heck did I do with it? That's right. I'll just wipe it off the best you can. Okay, can you guys see that at all? There you go. There's some nice spots. The light is so weird, it drives me cuckoo. You know what I really wish I could add back in? Is some white. But the only white that works really well, and with these colors that I've used that would run, it wouldn't stay completely white. I'd have to spray it with a fixative, is pigment ink. I do have white pigment ink, but I'm not crazy about it. But if I put white on top of that purple, for example, it would absorb the purple and become purple. So, I guess I could let this dry and then go back in and like doodle. Maybe that's what I'll do, is I'll let this dry completely, and then I'll go back in and add just some white doodly. That's what I think I'll do, because I really would like some white back in here. I'm going to dry this real quick. I really do like the randomness of this a lot. A Posca pen, yep, Posca pen would work too, Flint, or Rebecca, you're right. I do have a couple of those. I think the contrast, though, of the darker with the lighter, by the time it's woven, like that other one, that's going to look really cool. Because, see, that's one of the things I liked about this one is I had a real bright, vivid, almost solid background for the, like, the one that I wove into. And then the white with the other colors next to it. This one's going to work much the same way. I think I'm going to love that. Love it. This will be my first or second one that I do. So now you guys know what I'll be sitting around doing when everybody's streaming. I'll be weaving paper. And I would do it on stream, but I just can't imagine that you guys would find that interesting even a little bit. That's worse than paint drying. Since I've got a few minutes left, I think this is, well, this isn't completely dry yet. I can't start cutting until it's absolutely completely dry, you guys. I cannot. So, but yeah, it's going to look way cool. Way, way cool. Well, I was going to say if this dries, I would go ahead and start the weaving process on this one. I think this one will be okay. I think I could start. All right, and I'm going to cut the strips. All right, let me think about it. I think I'm trying to remember if I cut the strips the long ways, the best I could hope for is a book 8.5. Well, actually, that'll work, and then I'll have plenty left over. I think I'm going to do that because let me think. I'm doing math now, you guys, so this is scary. End to end, it's okay. It is over 8.5, so I've got to do it the short way. I've got to, and that dictates that that's the height, and then I can go further down. Correct? Am I thinking correct? I gotta cut it this way. Okay, makes it harder for me. Beth, I stream Mondays at let's see, 1 o'clock Eastern. That's my scheduled time. And then Eileen is a master trickerhead. I'm so not kidding you. That generally she gets me to stream at least one more time during the week. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and just draw some doodles with the Signo. And I'm not going to do a lot, but I am going to do a little. Hopefully it'll stay pretty white. And I'm just going to do like curly cues. I really just want it so that it has white here and there. Who knows what it's going to come out like? We don't really care. And we'll see if it absorbs the ink. If it does, it does. Nothing I could say or do about that. I love me some curly cues, you guys. Can you see it? Yeah, you can. I will stream a lot this week. Actually, this week, Eileen, I'm going to be going to Joplin a lot. I'm not sure if I'm going tomorrow. But my friend wants to go on Wednesday and do some shopping, so I'm going to go on Wednesday. I have to go on Thursday. Well, I don't have to, but I want to go on Thursday because that's the doctor's appointment day. And I like to hear what the doctor has to say because Robert won't remember. And then Friday I am staying home. But yeah, so this week's going to be a little wonky. It'll be all right. But who knows, in the evenings, if nobody's streaming, like after I get home from Joplin, I might go ahead and stream. Yeah, some of the ink, like that purple, the magical, it is moving. The rest of it doesn't appear to be. Like the, like over that blue, it seems to be staying put, which is cool. All right, each piece should get at least a little bit of white. And when I use my pen like that, I always try and clean it off. Because these are the best white pens. If you don't have them, they're the Uniball Signo from Japan that has the little Japanese yellow writing on it. Those are, in my humble opinion, the very best white pen anywhere, anytime. Okay, so this piece is where I'm going to weave into. So I'm going to turn it over to the back, and you can do the weaving any size you want. I'm going to go ahead and do it 1/4 inches. So I'll just mark off on the back here because I'm going to cut it by hand. And the other one, the strips, I'll go ahead and cut them on the trimmer. Or Eileen will really have a fit in chat. Like, she would, yeah. And we can't have that. Can't have it, can't have it. I suppose I could, let's see. I guess I could. I could just stop at a certain point. Maybe I could do that, but I don't want to tape it. Oh, yeah, the only time Eileen is going to stream is with me. I don't think you'll ever get her streaming on camera. I think that would be asking a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. All right, I might try and do this with the trimmer. We'll see. If I don't feel like it's going well, we're not going to do it. But we'll give it a try. I just have to stop at a certain point in the cut. Let's see here. Well, let's see. That's a 1/4 inch right there. And you know that's not going to be straight. You know it. Going in, you know it. See, I don't know. I ain't doing that. Baloney. I'll do it with the strips, but I'm not doing it on this one. This one's too critical. Eileen will have to get over herself. Okay. So I'm going to leave about 1.5 inches. 1.25 inches should be plenty. I'm just setting up the sheet I'm going to weave into, okay? And I leave this edge connected. And then I'll cut the strips. And it'll go fast. And the thing is, if you get bored, go make a sandwich or something. And while you're doing that, make me one. I don't even have a plan for dinner tonight, and I know Ratatouille's going to be hungry. He'll be here in like 30 minutes. And he'll be starving when he gets home. But I'll get this started. All right. Get out your handy dandy X-Acto, your cutting mat, and a metal ruler. And actually, right now, you guys, you're going to have to put up with the light, but I need light to see. I can't see that without the light. Sorry. Just the way it is. And it's not that critical, you guys, but I do want it somewhat straight. I want it to look good, right? And my blade in the X-Acto is really nice and sharp, so that's one thing I'm pretty cuckoo about, is keeping the blade sharp. And I think I said it, but I'll tell you again, I did 1/4 inch measurements. And I'm not watching chat, so talk bad about me all you want. I know Eileen is, so. I wish I had bacon. I'd fix BLTs. I should have had him stop and get some, huh? Duh. Just when you think you can't fit any more on your table, you start a whole nother project. Boring. Not boring for me, but boring for you guys. Last cut on this sheet, and then the other one I will cut them on the trimmer. Okay, so there you go. Looks like a hula skirt, huh? Alright, and then the strips I will do on this. And I'm going to cut it the short way. And I know you guys have heard it before, but I'll say it again. I am not a fan of these Fiskars trimmers. Just, I'm really not a fan. Alright, this one still has some magical powders that didn't dissolve on here. I'm going to go ahead and use my rag and get the excess powder off. Just because I don't want the mess later. And actually what I can do, let me see if I have something that has kind of a sharp edge on it. What could I use? What could I use? What could I use if I had a paint? Oh, here we go. Here's how I'll get the excess off. I'll just use a palette knife and scrape it across and get any excess powders, because I don't want this powder floating around after I've already cleaned the mess up. You know what I mean? Yeah, that could get pretty ugly. So I'll just clean it up now, be done with it. And then it's less likely to move when I cover it with matte medium, because after I get it all woven, I cover the whole thing with matte medium to make it a little bit more durable. Alright, that's good. That was a good tool to use. I'm almost genius, I swear to God. Alright, get out another baby wipe, clean up the mess, and call that done. Jennifer hurt her back. Oh no. I hate that, like when you get that pulled muscle kind of, or pinched nerve kind of feeling. Ugh. Poor little Mary had a bad backache today. I just went ahead and loaded her up on pain meds. I just don't think there's any point in that little old lady sitting around hurting. So when I'm around, she gets the pain meds. Alright, now I should not be transferring color everywhere, with any luck anyway. Oh my god, there's no room for the trimmer. Too much junk. Too much junk. There we go. Alright, so this is an 11-inch sheet. We'll start at 10 3/4. This first cut is probably a little wonky because the edges of the sheet are gnarly. And I may have to change the blade on this. Who knows? Okay. Yeah, see, that stupid thing. Ugh, I just hate these cutters. Hate them. See, I could have had that measured and probably cut. Okay, you know what? I'm an idiot. Alright, so let's go 1/4 inch. Now I'm going to have funky measurements. That's alright. Because I just cut off 1/8 of an inch. It'll be easier to use the 1/4 inch. So there's the 1/4 inch. Sorry. My fault. Operator error. Oops. Now we're back on the 1/4 mark. Alright, now we're cutting for real. Just a minute. Figure of speech, Ange. I don't think so. I don't think I'm an idiot at all, actually. Quite frankly, I'm one of the smartest people I've ever met. Alright, my time is up on my recording, so if you've watched this on YouTube, God bless you, and thanks for hanging in. I'm not going to leave you guys.